to grasp your inner intuitive nature, a feeling of understanding, a clear or deep perception. Welcome to Insight, where your spirit pioneers, Janet Reynolds and Dee Lovejoy, invoke thoughts and feelings that are meant to enrich your mind, body, and spirit.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our show, Insight. I am Janet Reynolds, your host for today. I am a spirit medium and intuitive counselor with the help of Blue Feather, my guide. Your second host of the day. Yes. Oh, now today she wants to talk.
Today I'm going to talk just for this beginning, because the rest of the show, Janet is going to talk to us all about channeling. But my name is Dee Lovejoy of Quintessence Aromatherapy and Crystal Healing. And I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have all of you here with us today.
Now I miss saying, please say hello to everyone.
Hello to everyone.
Today our topic is going to be channeling. And I'm going to explain to everybody what channeling is about. And I might even be able to channel Blue Feather and see what he has to say today if we have a few interested people out there, which I'm sure we will. Now, if you would like to call in, please dial 727-597-4022.
727-597-4022.
How come we can't see ourselves on the screen?
I don't know.
Well, we need to ask about that, because I sort of like watching me.
Well, you can watch you right up there in the camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that, but that's little, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to get serious, guys, and talk to everyone about trance and about channeling. But the one thing that we did do before we got started here, we looked it up in the Wikipedia. And channeling, according to Wikipedia, is the practice of certain people who are known as mediums to mediate communication between spirits of the dead and human beings. And I thought that was really good, because that is what it is about. You need a medium to do channeling. Now, I'm going to tell you what trance is, and then I'm going to give you the second meaning to channeling and trance, because I like that from Wikipedia. I thought that was really good. I won't know how to act today if I have to do all the talking.
You'll do fine. You'll do fine.
Oh, okay. What is trance? Anytime trance or channeling is done, a prayer or protection should be said. You need to say a prayer if you don't do anything else, because that is most important.
Why is that?
Protection.
Protection from
entities that are not of the purest.
And because when you are channeling, or when you go into trance, you are opening yourself up spiritually and psychically. So, and you're kind of, well, I don't know if you're relinquishing your mind, but you are giving control to spirit, and you're in an altered state.
Yes. Okay. And that's just what I was getting ready to say.
Okay. See, well, that's why I wasn't going to talk today.
No, you did great. Trance mediumship is a very misunderstood subject. Many people think that to be in a trance, the medium must be totally oblivious to what is going on all of the time. And this is not the case at all. Trance mediumship comes in many levels, which is why I prefer to call it mediumship in altered states of consciousness. So, to be altered, there must be an unaltered state or normal state. For our purposes...
Are you ever normal, Janet?
No. I'm moist.
Okay, so that's going to be a challenge.
My unaltered state is my normal state.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay.
That was good.
You're normal and everybody else is normal?
No, not everybody else is normal.
That's right.
No. For our purposes as developing mediums, a normal state is when we are going about our normal business and not aware of the spirit world, which sometimes I can honestly say I'm not aware of the spirit world, but most of the time I believe I'm there. And then the second we become aware of spirit, we have entered into an altered state of consciousness. And in other words, as soon as we perceive with senses other than our material ones, we are in a trance. Like when, even when I'm doing readings, because I'm listening, I'm intent, I'm listening. So I'm in an altered state then also. Okay.
Right.
So now, what is channeling? The definition of channeling is a medium through which information is perceived from a source, usually believed to be other than the personal conscious self. Throughout the ages, these other sources, identities, have ranged from guardian spirit, guardian angels, extraterrestrials, and a higher self to the divine. These are also there are also incidents when negative entities,
Yeah, we've seen the movies.
yes, sometimes referred to as demons or the devil, come through. So that's the really good reason why we always say prayers
When we say prayers of
before we
protection to
start
keep away the
bad. There is bad, just like there is good, just like there is light, like there is dark.
Why do you think prayers keep the bad things away?
Well, for one thing, I would say is because when I'm saying this prayer, I'm asking for protection. So perhaps by me, and I'm expecting them to protect me.
Because the light will always win. It's always stronger and more
too.
powerful
Yeah.
than the darkness. So when you call in the light
Yeah.
For protection, the darkness goes
Somewhere else.
Damn. She called him in. That's pretty much how it works, you know?
And it's true.
Because you can feel it as sensitives, you know, as we are, we can feel the difference in the energy. It's like when we first start something and then we call in protection and we can feel something leave. Isn't that something?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
So, and that's how they feel to me when they leave. They go, damn.
Yeah. They did it again. She did it again.
She did it.
She
you know,
did
and
it again.
They have to go. Yeah. So that's important.
Yes. Channeling is practiced in a disassociated or altered state of consciousness. Most, if not all, of the information received through channeling is of a religious nature. This is especially true in the current New Age movement. Okay.
That's interesting. That's mostly done religious in a religious practice, huh?
Yes. Huh. And
I wouldn't have thought that.
Well, I know, but we go way back with all this.
Yeah.
You go back to the beginning of, we go back to the beginning of time.
Right.
Even.
We did see that picture today, and it was from the 1800s.
Yes.
Of these gentlemen channeling, and what did you say it was? We saw this light in the middle of them. They were at a table, and there was this light in the middle of them, and Janet said it was
ectoplasm. So it's our energy coming from our body that creates the spirit. Okay? So the desire and the need to communicate with supernatural identities is as old as humanity itself. Reverent individuals, such as priests, wise women, shamans, and others did so in prehistoric and primitive cultures, see?
Yeah.
And that's what we're saying.
Yes.
They sought help from non-worldly beings, even the power of animal spirits. And
that's right.
What about our totems? We believe in animal spirits.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Were called in and messages were given to the people. There are various forms to receive information, such as channeling, which is what we're going to do today, divination, and your divination are your different tools that you use, and healing, which were practiced by wizards, and then your wise witches, your soothsayers, and the like. So.
And I love it that it has come the practices of the art of the ancients is now being more accepted today in 2012. You see more and more people understanding it, embracing it, and using it to enrich their lives.
And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
There are various forms to receive information. Oh, I said that, didn't I?
You can say it again. We're going to say this again because this is really important. So, Janet,
Okay.
what did you say?
There are various forms to receive information, such as channeling, divination, and healing, which were practiced by wizards, wise witches, soothsayers, and the like. As I mentioned a moment ago, there are times when a negative entity may enter a person's being. This is usually referred to as demonic or devil possession. So once more, we're just repeating that prayer is important. It is argued that possession is not channeling, since it is involuntary.
Yeah.
And that's what needs to be understood here also. And that is
Right.
why any session with spirit contact should start with a prayer. So see, that all says the same thing that we said in the very beginning. Prayer is most important. There are various methods or forms of channeling. Being in a disassociated or altered state of consciousness makes it easier to understand that the phenomena can be both spontaneous and induced. Some channelers suddenly enter a trance state and begin channeling, while others slowly lose consciousness.
How do you think it works for you?
Slowly lose consciousness. Because spontaneous, I've seen individuals have a spirit or their spirit guide jump in spontaneous right there. It has happened to me, but when we do channeling, we need to make sure that we tell spirit that's what we would want to do, and we sort of like making an appointment with them.
Okay.
We do not want them just jumping in at any time.
I see.
You make an appointment, and that's what
that's got to be
happened.
kind of jolting, and especially if you are in a trance state when you're not conscious, and why would spirit do that? For what reason?
Well, because with the individual, they didn't set rules. The individual didn't set rules with spirit.
Okay.
Spirit sets rules with us, so we have to set rules with spirit.
And many people don't know that, especially new people that are or new people that are on their spiritual journey, which is why we do this show. Is if you're interested in these kinds of things, there are rules that Janet was talking to me earlier about. There are rules or traditional things that tried and true, I guess they are, that will help you do these types of things more easily, and kind of you bypass all the bad stuff, because you learn, okay, you need to, if you're going to do this, you need to say a prayer of protection, because if you don't, you're opening the door to all kinds of you're opening door to everything, yin and yang, bad and good, dark and light, and you need to set rules. So that's the
true.
second things on what spirit can set rules with spirit. Okay.
And there's another reason too. Okay. You need to ask permission to give someone a message. You just shouldn't allow spirit to come in. And I'll tell you what happened real quick. You just shouldn't allow spirit to just come in and give someone a message. That is not proper.
That's a good rule.
You always need to ask the individual if they would like a message. So when I was in one of my classes up in Camp Chesterfield, one of the women, her guide jumped in. She turned around and she went over to a gentleman that was in the class, gave him a message. Then what she did after she gave him the message, she turned around again to come back, and her spirit left her entity, and she almost fell. So they grabbed her, they got her, because from the impact of them coming in and leaving, okay, it's not good. It wasn't a good thing for her to do. She should have never allowed that. And the fact that she went over and gave a message, that was wrong also. So the teacher really got upset with her. Teacher really got upset. But that's because she didn't have set rules.
Okay, and did she know them? Did she know the rules?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess she didn't communicate the rules with her
Uh,
spirit guides.
no.
Okay.
And she knew better. But, sometimes people like attention. So what's a better way to get it?
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, even with me, 9 to 5, unless I call on you,
Yeah.
it's not good. It's not good. But that was a pretty unique experience. Channeling is said to be induced by many methods, including meditation. And I just need to tell y'all, it all starts with meditation. I think every show we've had so far, we have said meditation is most important. Prayer, self-hypnosis, fasting, dancing, chanting, and breathing techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Some of your greatest channelers were Joan of Arc.
Mm-hmm.
And you know Joan of Arc, right?
Yes.
Yes. Who was a spontaneous channeler. Jane Roberts of Seth, and Jack Purcell, who channeled Lazarus. And he used to go to sleep. He'd go to sleep and he would talk, and it would be Lazarus who was talking.
Wow.
And they got to the point where they understood that the wife needed to write all the messages down.
Okay.
And that's how he created his book, because there's books out that he has written
Okay.
called Lazarus. Okay? So mental channeling is meditation of thoughts, words, images, and emotions, and it is accomplished through various ways. When in a complete trance, the channeler's personality is displaced and another entity or personality takes temporary possession, using a voice and gestures different from those of the channeler. Sometimes this is called direct voice mediumship. And what fascinated me about this one is what Wikipedia had to say. But before I give you that meaning, the channeler is completely unaware of what is said and done during the session and has no awareness of it when regaining consciousness from the trance. And when I am trancing and then I am doing Blue Feather, yes, I can hear him, but I can't always put it together. But I'm not as deep as in trance as I can be. So if we do this today, I will not be in a deep one.
Okay.
I will be able to hear him, but I don't necessarily I won't make sense to what he's saying, or I can't make sense to what he's saying.
And again, if you're interested in having Janet channel Blue Feather for you to answer a question, the number is 727-597-4022.
Okay, now here's what Wikipedia said. The best known form are where the spirit takes control of a medium's voice and uses it to relay messages, or the medium simply hears and possesses it, or passes it on, I'm sorry. So what we're saying here is that your voice can change, and your voice doesn't necessarily have to change. The medium can just give the message, which is what you have where Hicks is concerned, right?
Yes.
Information about them?
Information. Esther and Jerry Hicks are a couple that have traveled around the world and the U.S., and I've learned about them, I don't know, 15 years ago. And Esther Hicks is a channeler, and she channels a group of entities that she calls Abraham. And with her travels, she helps people learn to be more prosperous and be in alignment with Source. Before there was The Secret, there was the Law of Attraction, and it started with Esther Hicks and her entities, Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can Google her, you can Google Janet too, Janet Reynolds, and you can also Google Esther Hicks, and she has various videos on YouTube, and you can see her channeling Abraham. She says hello, and then she says goodbye. And actually, the pitch of her voice doesn't change, but the speed of it does.
Yeah.
She speaks so rapidly when she's talking, when she's channeling.
See, that's
The words just fly out.
Yeah, that's the difference. She has her normal voice.
Yes.
But Spirit's talking through her and it's coming out faster. But with Blue Feather, you can hear Blue Feather's voice
Yes.
with me.
It's
So
your voice is probably 2 or 3 octaves deeper
yeah.
and slower.
Yeah. Yeah, see? So that's what that is meaning with what we're having to say. Okay. Yes.
Hello. Adam Nolan. Hello. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hi.
Hello. Hello.
How are you
Hi.
today?
Who's
Hi.
calling?
Good. I can hear you saying hello, but you didn't hear me saying it back.
Uh-huh. Who is this?
My name is Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I'm glad to see you're listening. That was good,
I have
wasn't it?
been.
I am glad to see you're listening.
I was going to leave it alone.
Stacy,
Yes.
I just want to make sure you're still there. I'm putting humor in our situation. I'm sorry.
Did you have a question today, Stacy?
Yes, I did. When Janet is channeling, are you when you? I don't know. I've just sort of kind of come in on the tail end of this. I'd watched the stream from last week, and then this week there's no picture. But when you're channeling Blue Feather, do people that have passed on give messages through Blue Feather for that person?
No, sweetheart. When I'm doing seances and everything, yes, I'm getting messages from Spirit on the other side. When I'm doing Blue Feather, I'm just channeling Blue Feather. So he's the only one that would be talking. Sometimes, to even answer your question, sometimes spirits from the other side have jumped in. I use that expression so that you understand me, and will talk through me. I've had that happen about 3 different times. In fact, it just happened the other day when doing a reading. The girl's mother, her energy, I could feel her, and she spoke through me. So does that answer your question, sweetheart?
It did. Are you doing channeling today over the phone?
I am going to channel Blue Feather in about 10 minutes. Yes,
Okay.
and just to see what he has to say today. Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Were you
so
interested
keep
in
listening.
having Blue Feather channel something for you, Stacy?
Yes.
Okay.
And what is it that you would like?
Well, I am working on, I have a business, and I'm working on a new project to add a nonprofit to my business, and I'm just wondering if I'm headed in the right direction with this, if I should continue going forward, or if I need to back up and just concentrate on my business without adding that in.
Okay. Well, what we will do is, if you can continue to listen, that would be great. And then I'll have Dee ask me the question when I'm channeling Blue Feather for you.
So your question, Stacy, is you are thinking about starting a nonprofit?
Something along those lines. Actually, I'm not even sure if the nonprofit will work. I have a real estate company, and I'm trying to figure out a way to help people with their closing costs, people that are qualified, and so that they can get out of the rental cycle and be able to buy a home. Not a low-income thing, but people that actually can qualify for their loan but don't have all of the down payment. And I'm just wondering if I'm going forward with this
In the right
project,
direction.
and it's good, and I should continue forward, or if I should just concentrate on just the regular real estate business and maybe go back to, writing a book or writing in my story when I'm.
Are you comfortable with who you're working with? Because that's important.
Well, right now I'm not working with anyone. I've been talking to a few other people in my industry to put together an alliance of people that would work on this project together.
That's what
And
he's meaning. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no,
that's what he's meaning. Be comfortable with your people, the people that you bring in. I'm sure Blue Feather will answer you again when we go to channel him. But for now, what I'd
Okay.
like to do is just answer your question,
Okay.
part of it, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
And what he's suggesting is that you just be aware of who you bring in. So now you're very good intuitively yourself. You know that, right?
I have trouble trusting it.
Well, now see, that's good too that you know that. So you need to work on that a little bit, and you can do that through meditation. But you go by your instincts. Go by your instincts. If something tells you that you're not comfortable, if your gut tells you it's not a good thing, you try to do everything in your power to listen. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so that answers one part of your question. And then when I channel Blue Feather, what we're going to do is we'll ask him to answer to let you know if it is a good a good thought or a good idea business-wise.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank
So,
you.
Stacy, before you leave, did you say that you had trouble seeing us? Is it not streaming
Yeah, you're
today?
not on, you're not streaming so that I can view you today, but I can hear you.
Okay. So we just
It's
let our
completely
producer
black,
know.
the little screen.
Okay. We
Okay.
just let the producer know that there's some trouble and they're working on it. I appreciate you
Okay.
letting us know that.
That was
You're very
good.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for calling in, Stacy.
Oh,
And
thank.
again, if you have something else or anytime you want to call in, the number is 727-597-4022. And we appreciate you calling in, Stacy.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I'm learning a lot from both of you.
Oh,
Great.
I'll stay tuned in.
I got
Thank
chills
you.
on that.
Thank you.
The one thing, this needs to be before we take a break.
Okay.
The one thing that we need to know when we're doing channeling is we need to keep very quiet and quite still.
Okay.
Never touch a medium while she is in trance, and because that can be very quite detrimental. And the medium should always have a gatekeeper. So, like if I channel today, then D is going to be what I call my gatekeeper, but it's not like we have lots of people here today that could harm me because that is not the case. So when I do channel Blue Feather, I will be very safe. I already know that. But the other thing that's important too is the ectoplasm that we were talking about earlier. It's a white matter that exudes from the various parts of the medium. And it varies in intensity from a fine mist to a solidity that can be felt and that can move objects. And it does have an odor. It is sensitive to light, and that is why seances with direct voice is done in the dark. So the ectoplasm is coming from the medium, and sometimes that's what creates the spirit. And it's just that all of this kind of work needs to seriously be taken seriously. So,
Stacy, are you still with us on the line? Okay.
okay. All right. Let me tell one more thing about this before I get started or before we take a break. Are we taking a break?
We're taking a break.
Okay, but let me just tell them one more thing. The way that you can tell when we got another the way that we can tell when spirits around is through body temperature, breathing pattern, if it goes too fast.
Okay. So we're going to take this call right now. I'm sorry to interrupt you,
That's
but our
okay.
producer is saying, take it. Hi. Hi. Welcome to Insight. Who's calling?
There is a little bit of a delay, and this is Johanna.
Hi, Johanna. How are you? If you turn down your computer, then we'll be able to hear you because we're getting the feedback.
Thank you, sorry.
Hi, Johanna. Thank you for tuning in today. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I just turned my computer down so I can't hear over the computer.
Okay.
And I would love if you're going to channel for more than one person since, see, if you recall, today I just buried my mom.
Okay.
I would like to channel for my family to know if there's anything I can do to assist my family today.
I'm sorry to hear about your mom, Johanna.
But you know what, Johanna, in all honesty, when I heard your voice, I knew something had happened to your mother. I knew that. So just to help you here, Blue Feather, my guide, is letting you know that your mom is doing fine. She is doing very well. I don't feel that she will be able to come through because I don't see her or anything, but only because he's given me the message to give to you that your mom is doing good.
Thank you. I know that in my heart. I was worried about my brother and sister healing us.
Yeah, well, family is suffering. We know that, but mom is fine. Okay.
Thank you, Janet.
You're welcome, darling. You're welcome.
And we will ask Blue Feather if he has a message for your family when Janet is in trance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling in. Johanna, if you want to leave your number with Adam and so that Janet can follow up with you after the show, then that would be great. Be helpful. Okay. So, Janet, is it okay? You want to take a little break right now?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're going to take a little break and then we'll come back with Blue Feather. And
may the road rise up to meet you and the wind be at your back. The sunshine warm upon your face and may you never lack. May the rains fall gently upon your field until we meet again. May God hold you in the palm of his hand and our friendship will never end. You be poor in misfortune and rich in blessings too. A hot brew tea beside the fire and your family next to you. And always remember to forget the troubles that passed away, but never forget to remember the blessings of each new day. Always remember to forget the things that made you sad, but never forget to remember those things that made you glad. And always remember to forget the friends that proved untrue, but never forget to remember they've always stuck by you. Wishing you a rainbow and sunshine after showers, miles and miles of Irish smiles, the happy golden hours, a shamrock at your doorway and a luck and laughter too, a host of friends that never end each day your whole life through.
okay, so welcome back. Did y'all like that music? I thought it was interesting. Nolan likes it. So
Druid Roots were the name of them.
Druid Roots. I know them. They're local, aren't they?
Yes,
They're a local
everybody
band.
knows them apparently.
Yeah, I know the drummer.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Well, okay. So anyway, while we're back, Janet is getting in trance and she's channeling Blue Feather, and so we're just going to sit quietly for a minute, or a couple of seconds, and she'll let us know when Blue Feather's here.
Good afternoon, everyone. Blue Feather here. And how are you today?
Doing fine, Blue Feather.
I am glad to hear that. It makes me happy to be here to answer questions. I would like to say this to you. It is good that you are here, and it is good that you and my mistress are doing what you are doing to help many.
Thank you, Blue Feather.
We are quite pleased in what you are attempting to do, so know you are on the right path. Now, do you have a question for me?
Yes, Blue Feather. I have two questions. One is from Stacy, who works in real estate, and she wants to know if she should continue with what she's doing in her regular real estate work, or go forward with a new idea, sort of a nonprofit to help people buy homes.
I will say this to you. What you are asking to do can be very good for you. I will say to you to take your time and to research all that is to be needed. You have many abilities. Know that. Pay attention to any and all that are around you. Contracts and paperwork to cover yourself is most important. The decision you are thinking to make once more can be very good. It is up to you. I hope that answers your question. What is next, please?
The next question is from a caller. Her name is Johanna, and she just lost her mother just last week, I believe, and she wants to know if there's a message for her family.
Please let her know her mother is at peace. Much blue is surrounding her at the present, and that is most important. She will be fine. Know that. Your prayers are heard. And do you have another question for me?
No more questions from my callers. I would like to just ask a general question, just if you have any general information for me, Blue Feather.
General information can be good. You do know that. Is that correct?
Yes, I do know that.
I cannot always give you a general answer, But I will say this to you. You are involved with much and many. Your heart is in the right place. Continue on the path that you are on and know what you are doing is good for others. Many follow you. Many listen. I would say to you to also listen to many.
Mm.
Thank you. I will leave you now. Tell my mistress she is doing a good job. Thank you.
Thank you, Blue Feather. Welcome back, Janet.
He has not left.
Okay.
He does this. I am still here for you to know, but I will leave you now. He does that to be funny. You think that he's gone and he's not.
Just in case there was another question, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny.
He's covering all the bases.
Wow, that was exciting. That was exciting.
Good.
And he did leave a message for you. He says that you are doing a good job.
Oh, good.
And he wants you to know that.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I hope he answered Stephanie?
Stacy.
Stacy, I'm sorry. Stacy and Johanna. I'm not out of the clouds yet.
Well, he told the message for Stacy is that do the research, and that she needs to pretty much cover herself contract and paperwork wise, telling her to do things to for self-protection for this work that she's going on. And that it sounds like a good idea, but it's up to her whether she wants to go down that road. But it sounds like it was a good idea. That's the information that I got from Blue Feather.
That's good. And how is Johanna?
For Johanna, that her mother is doing fine.
Good.
That her mother is doing fine.
Good.
And that she's at peace. I think those were his words.
Oh, good.
That her mother was at peace.
Good.
So Johanna, just pass the information on to your family that your mom is at peace. And that's what we want for our loved ones when they transition.
That's true.
Yeah.
Many family members met her. Many family members.
Mm-hmm.
I feel something about her dad, Johanna's dad.
Mm-hmm.
He was there to meet.
Oh, okay.
Not Johanna's dad. Johanna's
mother's dad.
Father.
Okay.
Was there to meet.
Very good.
Her. So that was good.
And there are always loved ones waiting for us.
That's good. You said it for me because that's true. There are always loved ones there to meet us, to greet us, or friends, close members, and then always one of our guides.
Mm-hmm.
Can be a
so you're not alone,
teacher
and that helps
too.
you be at peace.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay. Now, would you like to? See, I'm not out of it yet. I'm still trying to come down. But
okay, so you come down, and I will just say.
Do you have any advertisements, or don't you have something else you can tell us?
I do, but I will. But what I wanted to add before I get into the housekeeping stuff is for you guys to see the difference in Janet. What she was given before the trance was psychic messaging. It was what she's getting, is what she was giving. Then when she went into to channel Blue Feather, she was in an altered state. And if you can hear Blue Feather, if you're sitting next to me, you can also see Blue Feather. Her mannerisms changed. I think her chin just went up He's very proud, isn't he?
Yes, and he's a big Indian.
Okay.
Yes, when he first started coming in, I could feel him on the whole left side of me.
Mm-hmm.
I really could, and it was like a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Now he just comes into my head. So now I have that as an excuse. If I say I'm messed up, it's because of him.
Oh.
But but yes, he's a big Indian.
Yeah. And you can see this. So it's really pretty neat to watch an entity being channeled, and it's really helpful for people to get messaging from ancients.
Yeah.
And, okay.
That's good.
So how are you doing now?
I'm here.
You here now?
I'm here now.
Okay. So should we do the and thanks to the 2 callers that called in today. And remember, you can still call us at 727-597-4022 if you have questions for Janet. And if you wanted to talk to her after the show, you can still call this number and we'll get your message, and Janet can follow up with you after the show if you didn't want to speak on the air.
Thank you.
Okay. One really big announcement I do want to make is that this weekend there's a 2-day event called Angels Gateway. It's a weekend retreat at the Trade Winds Resort and Spa in St. Pete. And you learn how to connect with angels. You learn how to trust them, how to understand their guidance. And it goes from 9 to 5:30. The price is $175, but if you mention that you got the information on Insight Radio Talk Show, you'll get a discount. And the contact information, I will give you that contact information in just a minute. I'll go ahead and let Janet give her information, and I'll give you the contact information for the Angels Gateway weekend in just a moment.
Okay. All right. Well, Celestial Circle is having a psychic fair this weekend coming, the 13th and the 14th. I will be there on the 13th, and that's in Palm Harbor. And no, I do not have the phone number except for the last 4 digits, which is 1970.
See, she's blaming it on the trance.
And the first 3 is 727, but we got to get the other 3 digits.
Blame it on the trance. Blame it on the trance. I have no excuse, however.
Yeah, see, there you go. So that's going to be a nice event. And then we have, of course, our Fairies and Earth put on by John Springer. Which is coming not till November the 11th, but it's going to be held at Sacred Lands, which is really going to be good. And the phone number for that is 727-347-0354. And then I have one more, and that's at the Villages. And if anyone would go out on my, if everyone or anyone would go out on my webpage, janet@bluefeather.net, all this information is out there so that you can get the phone numbers and all. And then the Villages is going to be October the 20th. It's the 7th year for the expo, and it's just going to be really fantastic. And that's out on my newsletter.
Okay.
Your
Got
turn.
anything else coming up?
Nope, I think we're okay.
Okay, so for the Angels Gateway weekend, the number to call is 813-354-8899, and your contact is Mary Jo McCauley. You can go on her website at angelstalk.com. That's angels with an S, talk.com, 813-354-8899. I'm going to be there this weekend. I'm so excited about it. 2 days of talking to angels, because I'm a big fan of angels. They're my spirit guides. And so this is just going to help people that are new to angels learn more about them, and people that know about angels get more connected with them. And so it takes you a step further. And when you have all these people together, when it raises energy levels.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Like where I just was. That was a raise of energy level.
Yeah, you really connect with spirit. And
our show is almost over. I'm sorry to say.
We have 5 minutes.
He said we didn't.
We do.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, I looked at the clock wrong. I'm a fool.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fool. I looked at the clock wrong. I'm just
What are you guys doing in there today?
I don't know. We can't stop looking at you beautiful women. You're both so beautiful. See how charming I get?
See
how
charming
Smiles
he
and
is.
charming.
That was good.
Oh, wait, that's my other girlfriend calling. Gotta go.
Oh my goodness.
His other girlfriend got jealous.
I think it's his daughter. That's who it is. His baby girl daughter who has those same charming eyes as you do.
Unfortunately, it's a guy. No.
Oh, well, you can pass him off to me. It's going to be a good weekend though this weekend.
Yeah.
And I hope the weather's going to be good too. But please tell them how to get out on your webpage, and then I'll mention mine one more time.
On my webpage is you will see on my events page of the Quintessence, it's aromatherapy-crystalhealing.com, aromatherapy-crystalhealing.com. On Thursday from 7 to 9, I do meditation classes every Thursday. This week we'll be covering creativity. So if you missed what Janet and I were talking about last week, we're going to be doing a meditation on it, on how to spark and inspire your creativity on it. And then we get to share after the meditation. It's a really good group of people that come. It's open to everyone. It's free. Mm-hmm. And the address is 114 North Del Mabry Highway. I'm on the corner of Limeball and Del Mabry. If you would like to come, please call me at 813-367-7385.
Oh, and I almost forgot, I will be out at Mystical Sense in Thonotassa on Thursday. If anyone would like a reading. Oh, there you go. See, that's what makes it fun, is when Dee is there. So yes, we'll be there from 12. I'll be there from 12 to 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then I do house readings if you want to come to my home, or I can do telephone readings. And you can once more get me at www.bluefeather.net. And then the email's Janet at bluefeather.net.
So Nolan, 2 minutes, right?
You can go as long as you want, baby.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Or 2 minutes.
Or I'm sure if we went longer, he would charge us.
So Janet, let's go over some of the rules again about channeling. You want to just sum it up for everybody?
Well, I have a book list here that I brought in with me that I really would like to give you a couple of the books that are, I know, very good. And one of them is the Book of Spirit Communications by Raymond Buckland, and he's from England. It's a very good book. It can teach you a lot about mediumship and channeling. Mm-hmm. I highly, highly recommend it. And also Door to Other Worlds by Raymond Buckland. So
yeah, that's a really pretty famous one.
And you have something about James Prague.
I do. And I just did some research on famous channelers. And James Prague he wrote Talking to Heaven, which is a book that helps people deal with death. Mm-hmm. And he's also had a television show in 2003. And what I found out today was he was one of the co-producers of one of my favorite shows, The Ghost Whisperer. Yeah. So there was a lot of truth in that.
Yes.
You know, when I watched it, I see why they had one of the best producers on the show.
I have that book. And
mm-hmm.
he signed that book, and he was up in Cassadaga, New York,
mm-hmm.
to the campgrounds up there.
Excellent.
So, yes, he's really a nice person.
Well, you kind of have to be.
No, you don't.
If you're doing it right.
No, but you know
what I mean?
You can see it. You can see it in him and in John Edwards. Or let me say this. I can see the goodness in both of those two men. I really think a lot of them. I have a lot. And Wayne Dyer.
Yeah.
He's
really, very gentle.
Yes.
Very gentle soul. When I say that you almost have to be, because when you connect with spirit and really connect with spirit, it changes your life.
Oh, it does.
It really changes your life, and all the things that you used to worry about and have to snarl at life about, you kind of let those go, and it just raises you to a higher vibration, and it changes you to be a nicer person. Yeah, it really does.
I'm sure that it does.
That's what I mean about doing it right.
And I'm going to give him one more book, and that is the Trance Workbook by Kay Hoffman. That's another very good book.
Mm-hmm.
So I do hope we helped a lot today. Ladies, those of you that called in, thank you so very much. I really appreciate the questions. I do.
And remember on Facebook, if for the folks that have connected with either of us on Facebook, if you have questions, you can post your questions there. You can contact us in a message on Facebook, and we'll get back to you that way. Or leave a message with Adam or the what should we call Nolan today?
The man.
Our sugar man today.
Yeah, the man.
Our sugar daddy today. You can leave a message with him, and then Janet or myself will get back to you.
So thank you very,
4,
very much.
3, 2, 1. Thanks,
Signing
everybody.
off. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today on Insight. Join us weekly where we will give spiritual insight, tips, and techniques to aid you on your spiritual journey. May Spirit be with you.